Welcome to the Uncensored Sales Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Dowdy. Former director of sales and college athlete turned sales coach, I help high-achieving women leave their 9-to-5 and build six-figure businesses. Each week, I bring you a power-packed episode to help you master sales conversations and your mindset to inspire you to connect, sell, and serve in a way that feels good to you. Let's dive in. Taking your business seriously is what we are going to talk about today on the Uncensored Sales Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Dowdy, and I am excited to have this conversation with you today. We're mixing it up. We've got the video and the audio. So wherever you are listening, we appreciate being here with you today. And I want to talk about taking your business seriously. And this comes out of a comment that I saw somewhere else about the idea of how doctors go to school for like 8 years, right? Or something crazy like that. And they never doubt their ability as a doctor when they finish school, right? But then we sometimes have years and years and years of experience doing something, but because we are new to business, we see ourselves as rookies, right? We see ourselves as not very experienced, and we use that against ourselves, right? We use that because of fear and imposter syndrome and all the other things that come up. And I really like to talk about the idea of, do we take our businesses as seriously as if we had gone to medical school for 8 years? And most of the time I would say that the answer is no, or at least I know in the beginning of my journey, I didn't. I did not take my business that seriously. I kind of treated it as this side gig. And it then paid me as a side gig because I wasn't taking it seriously, because I wasn't treating it like it was important. And I don't just mean this in how you show up in your business, but also in the work that you do. I hear from a lot of women that are like, I'm just a virtual assistant, or I'm just a digital marketer, or I'm just a bookkeeper, I'm just a consultant. And we like to put that word just in front of it. And I really don't care for that word at all, to be honest. I wish we could just abolish it from your vocabulary and never really say that. But we don't take it seriously. We don't think that the work that we do is important. And what is happening when we don't think that the work that we do is important, when we don't see the value in that we really struggle to grow, right? We really struggle to get clients, because if we don't take ourselves seriously, how is someone else going to take us seriously, right? If we don't take ourselves seriously, if we don't see value in the work that we do, how is somebody else going to see value in the work that we do? And so I really want to talk about what are some ways that we can show up in our business and really take our business seriously. Make it feel like, you know what you're doing. Make it feel like this is a profession. And I think that's the first thing, is feeling as if your business is a profession. Like being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, being whatever it is that you are in your business, it is in fact a profession. It's not this made up thing. So we think sometimes because businesses start as side hustles that they're not, that they're not real things. But honestly, like what you do provides real value to people in the world, even if you don't do it full time, even if you don't make millions of dollars. Right? It's not about how much money you make or how many hours you work. It's about the value that you provide for others. And I think that's just a really important thing to think about, was, do you take that work seriously? Do you see your business as a profession and really treating it that way? Because when you show up like a professional in your business, right, that's just energetic alignment. People want to do business with professionals. They want to do business with people that feel like they have their stuff together. They're like, oh, that person knows what they're talking about. But we think because typically, when you're new to business, especially if you're working with other business owners, you're worried that you're going to get found out that you're new. And there's nothing wrong with being new, right? There's nothing wrong with being new. Everybody was new at one point in time. But even if you're brand new, or whether you've been doing this for years, this is still a profession. It's still a noble profession, and one that pays very, very well if you're doing it right. So really thinking through that idea of, do I treat my business like a profession? And then, do I study my business like it is a profession? If you were going to be a doctor, you would have to study. You would have to do some research. You would have to really spend time getting good at what you do. So if you have been in your field forever and you're just, taking it from employee to business owner, like awesome, right? Fantastic. There might not be as much study for you, but if you're learning something new, are you studying it? Are you studying the art of running a business? And I see this a lot, unfortunately, where we don't. All right, we're like, oh, well, I took that course on how to do A, B, C, X, Y, Z, but we're not really studying business. We're not really studying marketing. We're not studying sales. We're not studying how to get better at what we do. And please don't misunderstand me, because I'm a big fan of like no analysis paralysis, not spending way too much time doing research and no time taking action. But I also think it's important that, when you look at professionals, they're constantly studying, right? There's continuing education. In fact, it is required. Like doctors and lawyers and accountants, they all have to have required continuing education, because the industry is consistently changing. So when it comes to taking your business seriously, are you doing that? Are you really doing that continuing education that is necessary for you to hit your goals? So definitely starting there, right? So the first thing we want to do is we want to treat it like a profession. We need to start thinking about it like a profession. And second, we need to start becoming students of our field like professionals do, right? Become a student of your field like professionals do. And then the third thing that we need to do to really take our business seriously is show up consistently in our business. If you have gone to medical school, spent 8 years in medical school, and you became a doctor, you wouldn't just not show up to work because you didn't feel like it, because you were tired, because it's not going the way that you want it to go, right? You show up to work because that's what you need to do, is show up to work, right? This is about taking your business seriously. Serious business owners, even ones that aren't making money, they show up. They show up every single day, even on the hard days, even on the days where it's not going the way that you want it to. You have to continue to show up. You have to commit. You have to go all in on your business. And to me, that is about taking your business seriously. And please don't misunderstand me. This is not about more time. I tell you guys all of the time, it's not about more time. It is about making good use of the time. Making good use of the time, not just more time. So just to be mindful of that, but are you really committed to that time? Are you showing up for that time no matter what? Because that is taking your business seriously. Is, hey, I made an appointment with myself to show up and do this, and I take it seriously. This is an appointment with myself. If you were, again, a doctor, and you had an appointment with yourself to, do A, B, C, X, Y, Z in your business, you wouldn't just blow it off just because. And I'm not picking on you, and I'm not here to make you feel bad about yourself. I just really want you to think about, we treat our businesses because, maybe they're not our primary source of income, or whatever the case may be, that it's not 110%, your business or you're new to it, that it's just kind of this optional thing out there, and we don't really take it seriously. And when we're not taking it seriously, it shows. It shows when we're not taking it seriously. It's energy. And I don't fully understand the energy. I talk about this a lot. I'm only just learning the woo in the past couple of years, but there's just an energetic alignment, right? We literally just had a woman join our coaching program a few weeks ago, and she joined the program on a Sunday, and I spoke to her 9 days later. She had signed 3 clients. She was like, I don't know what kind of pixie dust you sprinkled on me. And I didn't sprinkle any pixie dust, right? But when you make an investment in yourself, a commitment to your business, energetically, there's energetic alignment, right? Like now you're all in. Right now you are all in. And I think that is just so important. It's energy. And when your energy is emitting, I take this seriously, and this is important to me, and this is a career, and I am studying, and I am getting better at this every single day, that energy is going to attract other people like that. They're going to attract other people that take their business or their life seriously. People that, want to get better, that want to, improve and grow. But if you're taking your business, approaching your business like, I'll get to it when I feel like it. I don't really know, or I'm not 100% sure, or I'm brand new, or I don't know if anybody's going to actually think that I can do this or pay me for my services, or all of the other drama that goes on in our brain, that is the energy in which we show up. And when you show up from that energy, you attract other people with that energy. You attract other people who are not sure, aren't committed, aren't really 100% in, right? And that's not who you want to serve. I know that because you're here. You're a member of this community. You're listening to this podcast. You're watching this video, right? You're here. You want to make an impact. You want to do big things. That is important to you. But your energy, your commitment, you're taking your business seriously does not line up. The energy doesn't match. And when the energy doesn't match, you will constantly have this tension in your business, right? You will constantly be stopping and starting and stopping and starting and getting some momentum and pulling our foot off the gas because we're not taking it seriously. We're not treating it like a profession. We're not committed. We're not studying, right? And so once you really have an honest conversation with yourself, and like I said, know better, do better. This is not about you feeling bad. It's not about you beating yourself up. I see this all the time when we teach workshops. People are like, oh my gosh, I feel so stupid. There's no reason to feel stupid, right? Know better, do better. You didn't know any better, but now you know better. Now you know better. Today you know. So what are you going to do differently in your business because you know this? How are you going to start taking your business seriously? How are you going to start treating it like a profession? How are you going to start getting better at your job every day? How are you going to keep those commitments to yourself? Because that is the type of person you want to attract. You want to attract that person that sees that value, that understands that. And I don't care what you're selling. I don't care if you're selling to other businesses. I don't care if you're selling to consumers. I don't care what arena your business is in. It is the energy. It is the energy of which you show up in the world. It's the energy that you bring to conversations. It's the energy you bring to interactions with people, that is what you attract. I'll give you a perfect example. I often hear from people all the time, they're like, oh, Ryan, I just really struggle with the DMs. I just get pitched all of the time in the DMs. I just get pitched all of the time. And I don't know how to get around that. And I always just tell them that is your energy. The energy is, I want to use the word meek, but I don't want to be mean, right? But the energy is meek. It's unsure. It's not, doesn't have any authority to it. It doesn't have any oomph to it. And when you don't have any oomph to it, you become the one on the side of being pitched. I never get pitched. I can tell you in the course of like 30 days, I maybe get like 2, possibly 3 cold pitches in my inbox on social media, any given social media platform. And we are in all the social media platforms. But because of that, it's because of my energy. It is because of the energy that I bring to the conversation. It is how I show up. Because I show up as in control of the conversation, or at least wanting to have a productive conversation. I buy things all the time. I love being sold. I really do enjoy being sold a lot, but it is the energy that I bring to the conversation and the authority that I bring to the conversation. And I use the word authority, not because I'm better or any of that. Like that's not what this is about. This is about the energy you bring to the conversation. And to me, the energy I bring to the conversation is, I got 30 minutes. Let's get this done, right? Because I'm moving on to the next thing, because my business is important to me, because I take my business very seriously. And in turn, I get treated like I take my business seriously. Or if I'm talking to somebody about my health and fitness, right? I've hired a nutrition coach and stuff like that, right? Why did I get treated the way I did with that, that particular coach? Because that's the energy that I bring to the conversation. So ask yourself this: are you taking your business seriously? And are you attracting those people who aren't? And like really look that through, like, who am I attracting? Because that is probably the energy that you are bringing to your business. So know better, do better. What kind of energy do you want to bring to your business? How can you start taking your business seriously today? What are some action items that you can start taking immediately? I want to know. So wherever you are, I want you to come follow us on Instagram at Uncensored Sales. Take a screenshot of this and tell me, how are you going to start showing up like you take your business seriously? How are you going to change that energy so you're having the right conversation? That is what I want to hear from you. So share this on Instagram. If you're listening to this podcast, please leave us a review on iTunes if you find value in this. It allows us to help more people get into more ears and let people know that this podcast brings you value. So we would just love that. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. If your goal is to get your first or next client in the next 30 days, I want to invite you to join our 30-day quick start program called the Uncensored Sales Bootcamp. This bootcamp is for you if you're not sure where to spend time in your business or constantly feeling overwhelmed and stuck. I'm going to give you day-by-day training on how to take massive action in your business. If you are on the struggle bus in your service-based business, go to ryandowdy.com/sales bootcamp to get started immediately. This on-demand training gives you daily access to myself and Team Uncensored, a private Facebook community, and daily mindset work to get your first or next client in the next 30 days. ryandowdy.com/sales bootcamp to get started. See you in the Facebook group. I cannot wait to meet you.